What's up, everybody? Welcome to Vetted on A2D Radio. Listen, don't forget to hit that like button, and hit the subscribe button. Let's get it.
What's up, my family? Listen, first-time listener, or you've been here the whole damn time. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, giddy up, let's go, no notes.
That's my baby. I'm dying. That's my baby.
We're going at it at 110%.
I just want 5 minutes of happiness, please. Just give me 5 minutes.
And they scored! They did it!
Slap.
What the hell was that? Oh, yeah!
What the f*** are you talking about?
Boy, what the? They might say that about us today. What's going on, everybody? We're back once more and again here on A2D Radio. This is Vetted. I'm Irving Fryar, and that's my big dog over there, Hollis Thomas.
Yes.
Say what's up to the people, man.
What's up? You know I got something to tell them, don't you?
Oh, yeah, you got something else to tell them.
Yes,
give
I
it
got
to
something
them.
else to tell them. Give it to them right now. Royal Billiards Recreation is celebrating 41 years of being the ultimate place for you to get all your man cave and game room desires. Things like pool tables, shuffleboards, bar and kitchen stools, and let's not forget thrones. They want to couple that in with the bar stools and the pool stools, but it's the actual throne. Also, bars and tables, and let's not forget the hot tubs. Oh, and the video games. I tend to forget the video games. It is located at 1515 Bethlehem Pike, Colmore, Pennsylvania, 818-915. I think that's important because if you don't put the zip code in, they will take you to whatever 515 Bethlehem Pike that you're closest to. Or you can just go on royalbilliards.com and then tell Marty what's up and the rest of the family. And they will treat you like family. It's one of the best places that you can go to. And tell them that you heard it here on A2D Radio and tell them that the tank sent you.
Royal Billiards and Recreation. Well,
Yeah.
I got another sponsor that's they're good too. Carlino's. Yeah, Carlino's on County Line Road in Ardmore. Listen, I'm coming to see you, Pat. I'm coming to see you, Angela. They're the owners, y'all. I'm coming to get some of that good Italian market food. Yeah, family recipes. They've been in business. They're celebrating 40 years this year. Yeah. Family recipes, family tradition started by Mama Carlino and her husband, Nicola, in 1983. Your Carlino's is in its third generation in leadership. That's just solid leadership right there. They got food, they got wine, they've got all kinds of high quality Italian products, some of which are not even in the States right now. You need to go to, that's up there. Yeah. You need to go to Carlino's. Check them out. Italian food market, County Line Road in Ardmore. Carlino's. Yeah.
Yes, I went to their other location in Westchester this past Tuesday. Oh, yes. I tried to fill up a cannoli. It didn't go that well.
You tried to do what?
Have you tried to fill a cannoli up with the delicious cream? But
you're not supposed to do that, man. You're just supposed to eat the cannoli after they take care of it.
Well, no, they were showing me how to do it, and I tasted their lasagna and their crab cakes and were delightful. Wow.
They have crab cakes too?
Yes.
When did crab cakes become Italian?
I don't know. I didn't ask those questions.
You didn't ask. You just eating. You just ate.
Yeah, it was delicious.
Enjoy the deliciousness of the presentation.
Yes.
Listen, everybody, our agree to disagree. I think we're going to start right here with this because this is probably something we need to talk about.
Okay.
We're in bye week. Eagles don't have a game this week. They come back the following week on Monday night, play the Kansas City Chiefs. Probably their biggest test this year thus far. But let's talk about a little bit about Dallas. Let's talk about a little bit about the bye week. But our agree to disagree is, throw it up there, Ralph. The Eagles need to be more creative defensively. The Eagles, I know Big Dog was going to say, yup.
Yeah.
I knew you were going to shake your head. The Eagles need to be more creative defensively. Now, let me say this before I throw it over to you, big dog.
Okay.
I keep listening to people talk about, and I'm going to say this in defense of the Eagles. People are talking about, well, the Eagles haven't played the perfect game. They haven't really been playing up to par. They haven't really been playing a real good game, complete game, so to speak. And they're going to have to get better in order to win the Super Bowl. They got to play better to win the Super Bowl. Well, first of all, let me say this in the Eagles' defense. The Eagles are 8-1. They have the best record in the NFL, right?
Yep.
And your record says who you are. No other team has more wins than them, and every other team has more losses than them.
Correct.
So if the Eagles need to get better in order to win the Super Bowl, then how many of the other teams, which all of the other teams need to, how much more do they need to get better to win the Super Bowl? They have to get, that's right. That's right.
They have to catch up to the birds.
That's right. So stop. People need to stop saying the Eagles got to get better. They got to play better. They're winning. Every team except for one, and that team against the Jets that they lost to, that was more of the Eagles playing bad than it was the Jets playing good. These other teams that are chasing the Eagles, because they're chasing the Eagles right now, these teams, and that's every other team in the league, they're chasing the Eagles right now. What do you think their fan base is saying? They're not playing well. They're not doing this. They're not doing that. They're saying the same thing.
No, they're not. You know what the difference is? The other people's like, we're right there. I feel good. Did you hear Dak Prescott felt good about after losing?
Dak Prescott, listen, man.
He felt good about losing.
Can I say something about Dak Prescott? He needs to shut up. Dak Prescott needs to shut up, because that whole stepping out of bounds on the 1 yard line. Listen to me. That was a punk move.
Yeah.
If I could say it the way I wanted to, I would put a B in front of that. But that was a punk move. Your team has got to get the 2 points. You've gotten around the edge. Yes, Brandon Graham is chasing you, but you're right there at the goal line. Put your foot in the ground and get your fat behind in the end zone. What is he trying? Not to get hurt, not to get hit? Brandon Graham couldn't hit him. He was behind him.
Yeah.
Brandon Graham didn't stop him from cutting up the field. There was nobody there in front of him. All he had to do was put his foot in the ground and get upfield. If Brandon did touch him, Brandon would have pushed him into the end zone. That was a punk behind move by Dak Prescott, who is not all that. People keep saying Dak had a great game. No, he punked out on that play, trying not to get hit. What is that? Put your foot in the ground and get upfield and get into the end zone. How are you going to step out of bounds? You've been running for 20 yards, 30 yards. You know where you are on the field. How are you going to step out of bounds? You're a professional quarterback. Know where you are on the field.
The funny part about that is, like, when he did it, and I think they showed it on the Jumbotron right after he got in there. After he thought he got in there, and I heard the cheers from the crowd was overjoyed. But you know what? People think that they could do something to beat us. You got your opportunity, when they get the opportunity, they still fall by the wayside.
Uh-oh, Big Dog froze. Come on back in, Big Dog. Big Dog froze. So I guess I'll continue my rant on Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. I just don't agree with what everybody was saying or has said and is still saying, particularly in the Dallas area, that Dak played better. He was the best player on the field. He played better than anybody else in that Dallas Eagles game. That's a bunch of hogwash. Oh, you're back, because you froze for a minute, Big Dog.
I got back. I'm sorry about that.
So
my bad.
Yeah, so say what you were saying again, because we didn't catch any of that.
Okay. Well, I said it's kind of funny to me how last year everybody was talking about how weak our schedule was, and we just continued to beat everybody on it. Now this year we're not playing complete games. We're barely winning. I thought the key word in that sentence is winning. When you come out, if the room for error or the room for victories in the NFL is like that small, you can get your butt kicked on any given Sunday. And I just don't see the disrespect. Now, the agree to disagree question part is I do feel like we need to do some more. We have to do some more creative things defensively to make things easier on ourselves.
Right.
And I think it'll come with time with him learning Desai's system, because sometimes he brings only 4 rushers, but you don't know which four rushers he's going to bring, and it's a bit of a zone trap, a bit of organized chaos. But I think he needs to get a little bit more creative and go in the box of tricks, because you have a bunch of Swiss Army knives. You got Nolan Smith is over there, fast as all get out. I'm sure you can use him somewhere.
Right.
It's just like you. I don't. Hopefully, not hopefully. I think he will, and I'm praying he will. You get more creative, but we've been beating people, and we haven't. Like you said, we haven't played our best game yet, but we still been kicking people fronts in.
But there's no such thing as a perfect game, and people are people complained last year when at this point when the Eagles were 8-1 last year, because after 9 games the Eagles were 8-1 last year, just like they are this year, right?
They were 9-0.
Did we go 9-0? That's right. Went 9-1. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So it was 9-1. So that makes it even. It's still applicable. What I'm going to say. They went 9-0 last year. Then they lost to the Commanders, right?
Correct.
And they went 9-1, right? So they're 8-1. So it's a game behind that. But everybody was talking about how easy the schedule was for the Eagles last year. Now everybody knows the Eagles have a number 1 seed schedule. They have one of the hardest schedules in the NFL, and they're practically in the same position, though they're not winning, by astronomical numbers. They're not blowing people out, but they really didn't blow a bunch of people out last year. But they're in the same position pretty much going into the bye. So I'm trying to figure out why everybody's complaining. Yes, are there some things that I think that need to be tightened up? I'm going to talk or make a comment after we go, in a little while, after I do this paper read. I'm going to make some comments about what you said in terms of what Desai is doing, because I went back and I watched both the last 2 games.
Right.
The game against Dallas and the game against the Commanders, because I'm trying to figure out why are these cats passing for so many yards on us. Last year, we were the number 1 pass defense in the league last year. We had problems stopping the run. This year it's flipped. We're the number 1 rushing defense in the league, and we're last against the pass. And I'm trying to figure out what in the Holy Ghost is going on. But let me do this read right here before we go on to that. All right. Okay. Hats.com is the premier destination for quality and fashion forward hats and more, with designs for every style and trend. Yes, locally based and run by Philly sports team fanatics. Yep, they love their Eagles and Philly sports. Hats.com can help you elevate your hat game. Yeah, utilize the easy-to-use guides at hats.com to find your perfect size and style. And shipping and returns are free. It's important to check out the shipping and returns before I buy anything online, y'all. I'll check out the shippings and returns. And it's free. Shipping and returns are free. Hats.com. Find yourself in a hat. Use code Philly. Use the code Philly for 15% off your order. Hats.com.
Now, what was your statement going to be about the 2 games in which you just rewatched defensively?
You got to give me a minute here, because I got to figure. I think I figured out why. I think. So I went back and I watched all the whole game, the Commanders game and the Dallas game. And I did that. I'm particularly focused on the defense because I'm trying to figure out 2 weeks ago, a very average quarterback, Sam Howell, threw for 397 yards. He threw for more yards than any other quarterback in the NFL that week. And we got some pretty good quarterbacks in the NFL.
Right. Correct.
But he threw for, against us, the Eagles, he threw for more yardage than any other quarterback in the league, and 4 touchdowns. Then here comes Dak this year, and he throws for a bunch of yards too. And I'm trying to figure out why is this happening? We're winning games, but why are we getting the ball? Why is the ball being thrown so easily against us? So I charted every time that the defense rushed 4, right, and every time they rushed more than 4. So 80, probably 80, I think it's more like 85%. 85% of the time, defensive plays, the Eagles defense rushes 4. That's it. About 85% of the time, big dog. It was more in the Dallas game than it was the Washington game. It's a little bit higher in the Dallas game than it was the Washington game. But I'm like, that's not it. So I kept watching it, and I saw when those four rushed from the same place all the time. And they took the same gap every time and did pretty much the same thing every time they rushed. If you look at our offensive line, when Jason Kelce comes up to the line of scrimmage, he's pointing, boom, boom, boom. They're barking out, who's got what?
Yeah.
The opposing offense against the Eagles, their offensive line doesn't have to do that. Why? Because we're always in the same place all the time. 85% of the time we're in the same. So not only is it easy for them to know where everybody is, because even when they rush in the same place. So it's easy for the quarterback. That's why Sam Howell is able to, if he knows what the route combination is, he knows who's going to be open. He knows where the holes are going to be. Why? Because we're in the same place 85% of the time. And it makes it easy for the quarterback to do what he needs to do with regards to finding a receiver and getting the ball delivered in those areas. Same thing with Dak Prescott this week. He didn't have to think about anything. He got the same 4 guys rushing and the same 7 dropping back, the same holes in the secondary, and that's why CeeDee Lamb was able to get open. That's why Dak Prescott was able to run, actually step up in the pocket because there's no push. Jalen Carter's not pushing in the middle. He's out, so we're not getting a push in the middle. So the times that Hassan Reddick did get pressure on Dak was able to make him miss and step up in the pocket, even run to the right or run to the left or throw the ball. So I think we need to do a little bit more. I think one time I saw a little loop between Hassan and Cox, Fletcher Cox. One time Hassan came where Cox was and Cox came out where Hassan was. They did that one time. So it makes it easy for the offense because they're always in the same place
every time,
85% of the time.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that. I thought he was going to be more dynamic because I seen some of the things that he did at Chicago. I don't know what's up. It's like because just like remember last week when we were talking to Doc and I asked him what one robber was, how his face lit up. I know
what one robber is. I was an offensive guy.
I was like, but we don't do stuff like that. I don't even think we've been mugging the center occasionally to get him to think that we're blitzing.
Nothing's happened. Nobody comes up when they come up on the line. There were a couple of times a couple of guys kind of threatened the line, but they drop back. But when they're going to blitz, you know it because they come up on the line. A couple of guys that are going to blitz, they come up on the line, whether it's a linebacker or a corner, they come up on the line and they look like they're going to blitz. So what we're doing is a giveaway. And yes, the safeties, they're not even one high. They don't even stack and then go to 2 deep. They just are back there in 2 deep, and you know they're going to be 2 deep. So it's making it easy. The quarterbacks don't have to think about anything. The receivers don't have to think about anything. The linemen don't have to think about anything. That's why it's a little bit easier for the linemen to block and to give the quarterback time. Why? Because the same 4 guys are rushing in the same place all the time. There's no twists. There's no games. There's no nothing to make any of those guys on offense to have to think about what is coming, or at least to kind of create some kind of mirage and make them think one thing but do something else. The Eagles don't do any of that.
It was kind of funny because we was talking about it. Well, at least he blitzes sometimes, and when he blitzes, they kind of hit home. And then I was looking at it. I think he should do a little bit more of that to put them on notice. I think he's got to learn as a play caller that when you have. I think he's used to not having the lead. Like with Chicago, it's like so when you have the lead, you have to put them on notice. You don't pull your foot off the gas. You start beating them up. But the one thing that I do like is that we're able to stop the run a little bit more better, a little bit more better. We're able to stop.
Well, nobody's running the ball on us, but they can throw the ball off. They don't have to. They can throw it all over the place.
Yeah, but we as long as we keep them out of the end zone, I'm more inclined to take the run, stopping of the run. and work our way to stopping the pass better. Because when you get to the playoffs and a team gets a lead on you, or they may be up a little bit, they'll start running the ball. And you can't stop it. They're going to keep running it and to demoralize you and to keep your high-powered offense on the sideline. So I do like that part, and I do like the fact that we've been getting off the field on third down. So I mean that wasn't a staple with last year. We didn't get off the field on third down all the time.
We do that better. Yeah, we do that better. Third downs are better defensively for us in this season than it was last season. But this is what I can't get over too, because Brandon Cooks is no help for Dallas. Gallup is no help at the wide receiver for Dallas. I mean, they caught a couple of balls, but they haven't been a help. Everybody knows, just like the last season, everybody knows CeeDee Lamb is going to get the ball. Everybody knows CeeDee Lamb is Dak Prescott's comfort blanket.
But you know what's funny about that statement too is you remember when it was fourth down and a little bit long, and he didn't go to CeeDee Lamb.
Right,
he went to the
but
other
he should
guy.
have.
Yeah, he should have.
He
should have.
But everybody, listen, 11 catches, 191 yards. He didn't have a touchdown in the slot. We knew that they were going to run him in the slot. We knew that they were going to run him in motion. So I got these stats. Eli Ricks, everybody tried to cover him. Eli Ricks covered him for 32 snaps in the slot, allowed him 4 for 4 passes, caught 4 passes, 4 targets, 4 passes, 72 yards. Then Kevin Byard, they tried Kevin Byard on him for about 15 snaps. He was 3 of 3 for 71 yards.
Oh, God.
And then Sidney Brown covered him for 13 snaps. He was 4 of 4 for 50 yards and 1 TD against Sidney Brown.
So
Reed Blankenship covered him for 8 snaps. He was 1 of 2 for 0 yards against Blankenship. And then Darius Slay went up to decide at the latter part of the game and said, listen, if CeeDee Lamb is in the slot, I got him. I want him. And then Slay went out there and covered him for 4 snaps, and CeeDee Lamb was 1 of 2 for 13 yards, or 1 for 2. 1 of 2 for 13 yards. And then hopefully they're thinking Bradley Roby's going to be back after the bye. But we're having problems. We're having problems. But you know what? Regardless of what the coverage is, regardless of what the scheme is, we have to do something to help these defensive backs. We have to do something to at least make to get the quarterback's eyes to pay attention to what's going on in front of him before he picks the defense apart down the field. And we're not doing that. I don't know, like you said, I don't know exactly why Desai is not showing any kind of, pregame or making any kind of pregame, pre-snap confusion. He's not doing that.
Some of our watchers said Howie's running everything.
Howie?
He was on the sideline there at the end, too.
So you're saying Howie's calling the defense now? Is that who said that? Put that up. Who said that? Howie runs everything. KC, I don't, you know what? Honestly, I can't necessarily disagree with you with that, KC, because when for a fact, this is something that I've said before. When I played here in Philadelphia, my 3rd year here in Philly was horrible. We were absolutely horrible. And I didn't play as well either because, trying to do too much. I was trying to do too much because we were horrible, and it ended up hurting my game as well. But Bobby Hoeing was our quarterback. Dana Bible was our offensive coordinator. And we were John Gruden had left, went on to be a head coach. I think he was out in Oakland. Yeah, with the Raiders. And Dana Bible was here. And Dana Bible should have, I don't know how he fooled Tom Modrak and into getting a job, because he knew nothing about football. But anyway, about halfway through the season, he got fired. They didn't tell anybody, but he was removed from the offensive coordinator position. But we were horrible. And about 5 or 6 games into the season, Bobby Hoeing is out on the field. He's just struggling. It's absolutely, he's going to get somebody killed. He's going to get somebody killed, and it might be me. So I come off the field and I go up to Ray Rhodes. And this is to speak to what you're saying about KC, about Howie Roseman and the front office controlling what goes on the field. I go up to Ray Rhodes, and Ray Rhodes and I had a great relationship. I went up to Ray when I came off the field and I said, Ray, you got to take him out. You got to take him out. He's killing us. You got to take him out. You got to get him out. And Ray said, Irving, I can't. They won't let me.
Yep.
He said, I can't. They won't let me. So at that point, it was Modrak or whoever else was controlling things and telling Ray Rhodes what to do. Mr. Lurie, Modrak, whoever.
You remember he turned down that contract they were trying to give him.
Yeah.
They were trying to give him a nice contract, but he turned it down.
He turned it down. Yeah.
We got
a video ad. We got a video ad coming up. Then you got it, big dog. Let's see what you got to say. Hit it, Ralph.
In our family, food is our daily bond. My nonna, affectionately called Mama by many, found solace and joy in the kitchen, sharing her love through delicious creations. She turned her culinary passion into a flourishing business alongside her husband and sons in 1983. Celebrating 40 years is a testament to our exceptional team, friends, family, and beloved customers. With gratitude, we look forward to the future, expanding our brand to share the highest quality Italian food and wine nationwide. Our heartfelt thanks to everyone who has played a part in our story. Grazie mille.
Royal Billiard and Recreation, proudly celebrating 40 years and our new, bigger showroom.
Twice the size and twice the fun.
More pool tables by Olhausen. More dartboard sets, including custom reclaimed backboards. More bar and kitchen stools that can change a room.
And more bars, including pre-built and custom.
Hot tubs, skee ball, shuffleboard, outdoor,
and fun.
Royal Billiard and Recreation, your ultimate game room store. Now located on Bethlehem Pike in Colmar.
All right, we are back. You know what, Big Dog? I love doing this show with you, man. This is a lot of fun. I have a lot of fun with you, man. So hats off to you, bro. Hats off to you. So you know, I've been ranting. I've been complaining. I don't know if it's complaining. I've been ranting and giving my opinion. You talk for a minute, man.
Well, you have been ranting. I just kind of let you go off on your tangent there.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I need to hear your perspective, especially with I get caught up in watching the sports shows sometimes, and I don't know what. It seems like I'm a damn glutton for punishment because as soon as I turn it on, it's like currently what's going on is Bill Belichick is apparently rubbed off on Jim Harbaugh at the University of Michigan, and I was was stuck in my craw today because I stopped listening to him talk about. I stopped listening to him talk about my birds. I was like, "You can kiss my ass. We winning. That's all. That's the main thing. We winning."
Why are people complaining? Yeah,
it's not the people complaining. It's other people are playing us close. Disrespecting us like the other team is not paid to play as well. The Michigan people were Desmond Howard was on there. And he was totally biased because he went to Michigan and blah blah blah. But he's like, you should let the due process play out. I was like, well, if they're coming at you like, to me, if the Big Ten is coming at you like they're coming so aggressively like they are, apparently they have some concrete evidence, which they do. They got the dude on tape on the Central Michigan sideline with dark shades on at a night game. And then he with Chippewa gear on, with Central. But then when the camera pans over there, like the national camera, because one of the players is doing something, he tries to dodge the camera and stuff. Then he puts out he says, it's just like, I don't know. It's just like you look at what's going on, and I think people are trying to make excuses for, everybody tries to steal signs. Man, not to that magnitude. I mean, if you catch something in the game, that's cool, but you don't send nobody to every one of your opponent's games that you're coming up with. Have them record and chart all this stuff, and then you was dumb enough to put it on the computer. And not only that, he still had where you bought all his tickets to your upcoming opponent's game, the game tickets. I'm like, man, and they talk about don't let it be in public opinion. I was like, there's tape of him while he's on your staff, while he's employed by your staff on the Chippewa sideline in the Central Michigan Chippewa gear. I don't know. What is that your alma mater? Apparently not.
No, it's not.
Nah, but I was like, I just been sitting back and watching all that, and I got to go to the Philadelphia magazine. They had a little soiree over at the Fillmore.
Yeah, you did that yesterday, huh?
Yeah, yesterday.
Yeah.
It was pretty cool.
How was that?
It was actually real cool. I met a few people. They introduced me to Kevin Hart's tequila.
Kevin Hart has a tequila out?
Yeah.
What's it called?
Cormina.
Who?
Cormina.
Cormina?
Yeah, Cormina.
Hartino.
Cormina. It means family, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah. So
wow.
he wasn't there. They had. I was laughing because
is it good?
Yeah, it's
is
pretty
it good?
tasty. That was pretty darn tasty. They have it in Yale too.
Oh yeah, in Yale. All right.
Yeah. But they had one of them cutouts of Kevin Hart, and people would stand next to it talking about something. This is supposed to be. Yeah, it's supposed to be life size, but it was like this much between his feet and the bottom of the cutout. I was like, I kept pointing to the bottom. I was like, oh, they got him some heels, so to speak. So,
but got some Rocky Balboa, some Sylvester Stallone high heels.
Yes. But then we had the birds fly. We had the birds fly home. We had a bunch of people from England over here and London. There was one girl, Vicky. She had took a boat, a plane, and a train to get over here.
You can catch me by airplane.
I didn't even think of that. I was thinking of planes, trains, and automobiles.
Oh. Well, we just two different guys then.
But it's still. But the one thing that it still comes back to with our birds is the total disrespect. It's just disrespectful. I don't. You keep on talking about they said the best team was the 49ers. They're on a 3-game skid.
Well, they don't even have us number one in like the power rankings. This
I know.
I can't remember all 7. The different. I can't remember the order of the teams. We're number 7. Who was ESPN? What did they get? Where did they get that? Yeah, behind the Cowboys. We just beat the Cowboys.
Yep.
And we're behind the Cowboys in the power rankings. And we're 7. The Eagles have the best. ESPN can go jump straight in the lake. We have the best record.
Let's just say Bills, Chiefs, Seahawks, 49ers.
Jalen Hurts. Listen, Jalen Hurts has the highest QB rating when he's behind, coming from behind. When the team is behind, he's got the highest QB rating that in the league. Yep, he's got a 121.4 when he's quarterbacking from behind. That's how awesome that cat is, man.
Nice.
He is. Watch this. He's the 5th NFL QB since 1950 to win 25 plus games in 27 regular season starts. The other ones are Tom Brady, pretty good company. Peyton Manning, pretty good cat. Jim McMahon, pretty good cat, and Joe Montana. He's in the same sentence as those guys. Yeah, he's in the same. He's doing the same things they were doing in his first 27 games.
We got Vincent Capriati's asking the Bills, Chiefs, Seahawks, 49ers, Cowboys. What games are the Eagles winning? Probably.
Okay, I was going to do that after the next break, but I guess we can go there now. So the Eagles, yeah, as Vinny said, when the Eagles come back from this week off, and the coach gave them the whole week off, they don't have to be back until Monday.
They never did that to us.
Yeah, I know. When he said they don't have to be back till Monday, I'm like, what? They got a whole week off. I mean, a whole week. They got a Monday to Monday off. We never got nothing like that. Come on, man. For real, we got maybe 2-3 days off, maybe 2-3, but that was it. Bring your butt back here. And in my opinion, the Eagles do need to spend a couple of extra days trying to solidify that defensive secondary. They need to spend they don't need to be out there running around and expending a whole lot of energy, but they do need to be out there going over some planning about how things need to be done in that secondary. They ought to take this time to strategize a little bit more, but these guys are off and they got a regular, almost, maybe it's a day or so more, but it's a regular week before they play the Kansas City Chiefs. So when they come back, it's like a gauntlet. They got to play the Kansas City Chiefs, then the Bills, then the 49ers, then the Cowboys, then the Seahawks. Those next 5 games, it's like a gauntlet. What do you think? You think they're going to come out of those games 3-2, 4-1? What?
I don't know. It depends on how they come out for the Chiefs game.
Kansas City away, Bills at home, 49ers at home, Cowboys away, Seahawks away.
If they come out that Kansas City game smoking, then I say 4-1. Because they'll probably mess up on the Seahawks because it's a long trip. But everything else, I think they take care of everybody else. The Bills are in turmoil.
Yeah, the Bills. I don't think the Bills are going to be a problem because we have them at home. Back to the Kelly Green 49ers, I don't think are going to be a problem because they just lost 3 games in a row. They don't really know what they're doing. They're trying to find their identity again, and I think they're ranked before the Eagles, over Eagles by ESPN. Cowboys, I believe we may struggle with that game, but I believe we're going to blow Kansas City out when we go out. I believe because Kelsey's still a formidable target for Patrick Mahomes, but he's not a deep threat anymore like he used to be. And they've been a little bit wishy-washy. And I really believe part of their suffering has to do with the fact that Bieniemy is not there anymore.
Yeah, I know. I keep, and nobody, that's the other thing too. Nobody will bring that up. They keep talking about it. I was like, dude, I got Matt Nagy calling plays now.
Right.
He blows chunks.
Yeah. No, Bieniemy's not there anymore. And I believe that's hurting them. They're trying to figure out what they're going to do offensively. I think we've seen what Bieniemy did these 2 weeks or these 2 games that the Commanders played, scored 31 points with an average quarterback. Bieniemy knows what he's doing. He should be a head coach. He is a great offensive coordinator, has a great football mind. He's a great football strategist, and he knows how to put players in position, even when they're just average players, put them in position to do the best that they can do at what they do and to enhance that offense. But I think they're going to blow Kansas City out. I don't think the Bills are going to be a problem because the Bills are upside down somewhat, and so are the 49ers. The Cowboys, if they play anything like they did last week here at the Link, it'll be a struggle. It'll be a struggle. But I had predicted before the season started that we would split anyway with the Cowboys. But the Cowboys, like they did this past week, they find a way to shoot themselves in the foot. Yeah. Even that tight end, he's supposed to run that route into the end zone. He's not supposed to be on the 1-yard line when you make your break. You're supposed to be in the end zone when you make your break, so that when you catch the ball, it's going to be a tight throw. It's going to be a tight catch. You're going to get tackled when you catch the ball, but you're supposed to catch it in the end zone. The only way you do that is to make sure you finish your route in the end zone. They just made some major mistakes. They seem like little mistakes, but they're major mistakes in a big game. That was a big game for the Eagles and for the Dallas Cowboys, and we were able to be victorious. We got a hats.com commercial coming up.
Yep.
And then we'll come back to you, big dog. All right.
Yep.
Hit it, Raul. Hats.com is the premier destination for quality and fashion-forward hats and more, with designs for every style and trend. Locally based and run by Philly sports team fanatics, hats.com can help you elevate your hat John. Utilize the easy-to-use guides at hats.com to find your perfect size and style, and shipping and returns are free. Hats.com. Find yourself in a hat. Use code Philly for 15% off your order. Hats.com. Hats.com.
Yes. And you were correct. They were 8-1 last year, not 9-0.
Okay.
Somebody corrected me.
Okay. I thought that's what it was, but I trust you.
Look,
you go down, I'm going down with you, bro. That's all. We going down together. That's all. Yeah. We going. But I thought they were 8-1 last year at this point. So again, to even solidify my point even more, people are complaining what's happening right now. We have a first place schedule right now. Last year we had a easier schedule. Let me put it that way. It wasn't nearly as tough as this year's schedule.
The fun thing about that statement is every time we came up against somebody who that they felt would give us a quality test, we kicked their ass. I'm talking about literally like put foot in their ass sideways to the next line. Right. And it's just funny. And it's always, I find it funny. You know, something messed up is coming when somebody says, you know what, I find it funny. I find it funny that that all these people, everybody just against the Eagles. It's like that's what it's on all the shows I watch, except for our local shows. But like the national shows, everybody except for Stephen A. Smith. That's disturbing. But it's like everybody's not
disturbing.
Yeah, everybody's like trying to nitpick and find something to pull, like just to pull. Just to, just to say, they talk about other teams who are losing. How the hell are you a good team if you're losing? So you find a way to lose.
Yeah.
In the immortal words of Bill Parcells, you are what your record says you are.
You are what your record. That's right. That's right. That's right. And you know, people just, first of all, if nothing's wrong, people are going to, particularly the media, is going to make something up to stir something up. But people, when you're on top, they just like to try to do what they can do to tear you down. And the Eagles right now, the Eagles are the best team in the NFL, not just the NFC East, not just the NFC conference, but the NFL. And they're the best team in the NFL by what? How many teams have 2 losses? Are there
a bunch of them.
Yeah, a bunch of them. Okay, so they're the best team in the NFL by a game and a half.
Yeah,
better than everybody else. But they're better than the NFC East by 2.5 games, almost 2 games over the Dallas Cowboys. So, yeah, it is what it is. No, they haven't won glamorously, but I don't think that was going to happen. They're not going to blow teams out this year. They have a tough schedule, and they've had some injuries.
Yeah, the weird part is, like, you're the hunted now. You're not sneaking up on anybody. You made it to the Super Bowl last year. Everybody has your stuff on tape. Even though we have a different offensive coordinator, we still run basically the same stuff our bread and butter plays. But you're the hunted now. Everybody wants to say they beat the NFC champ. Everybody.
That's true.
And Kansas City's catching it too because they won it all. Everybody wants that win on their record.
And I know we're saying that, and it is the weak spot in our team or on the Eagles team right now is the secondary. That's the weakest spot on the team, or the weak spot. But we had some weak spots. We had weak spots on the team last year. Our special teams was almost a joke last year.
Oh my God!
We could not stop the run. If teams had run the ball on us more, they might have had more success. We stopped the pass last year. We were very successful against the pass, but we had problems stopping the run last year.
Yeah, that's why the Commanders. If you have the patience to take that 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and sometimes those 3 yards turn to 4 or 5 yards, and then once they get the backups in, they start the rotation. Then you get better, you get stronger. That's all the Commanders did to us last year when they beat us at home. Right.
We do have to run the ball a little bit better, though. I think weeks. Let me see. I got it written down here. Weeks 1 through 4, we had 140 attempts, 661 yards, with a 4.7 yard average and 5 touchdowns. Then Cam Jurgens goes out, and I think Cam Jurgens had a lot to do with us running the ball successfully. Weeks 5 through 9, we had 150 attempts, 500 from 661 down to 560 yards, and we went from 4.7 yards an attempt to 3.4 yards an attempt. Got more touchdowns because some of that was the brotherly shove. But we've got to run the ball better, because in that fourth quarter against Dallas, the Eagles only had 12 yards. Dallas had 168 yards, I think it was. We went 3 and out twice. In that fourth quarter, when we needed to be able to run the ball to hold. Dallas never would have had a chance to even do anything of what they did at the end of the game had we been able to run the ball. And we went 3 and out twice. I mean, twice. And had that butt fumble, which was, I was embarrassed by that.
The way when you look at the way that we normally run the ball, we normally run it. We don't have to. So basically, when it's time to when you know that we're running the ball to keep the clock moving, it's easier to defend. Put it that way.
Of course it is. Of course it is. But we still have to run. We still have to be able to run the ball.
Yeah,
we got to be able to stick. We have to be able to have the confidence to stick with it. I think because after the bye, Cam Jurgens is reported to be coming back and starting again. I think he really makes a difference. He really is a guy that there were questions about him at the beginning of the season,
at the beginning,
whether or not he'd be able to hold. Yeah, whether or not he'd be able to hold that right guard position down.
Yeah, that was me questioning. But then
Zapata
went down too, so they got my boy Tyler Steen made his first start.
Well, how about Tyler Steen saving the game?
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
With the butt fumble, he got the ball. Yeah, he recovered the ball. My gosh. I don't know if that's because he got pushed back. Back there where the ball was or whatever. But thank God for Tyler Steen. His first entry into the NFL in terms of playing time in a game, a meaningful game, and he saved the day because had they recovered that ball, that it might have changed the game. Might have changed the game
a little bit.
Yeah. So, Big Dog,
what's up?
You got some history for us, man?
Damn, Skippy.
All right,
here we go. This Day in History with Hollis Thomas is brought to you by Philly Sports Trips. Philly Sports Trips is one of the most exquisite traveling people that do all the Philly sports and much more. We travel. We provide tailgates, home and away. If you want to sign up for this, you go to phillysportstrips.com. Tell them you heard it. Tell them that the text that you heard on A2D Radio. Today is November the 10th, 2023. It's 314th day of the year. There's 51 of these puppies remaining, man. So
it'll be over soon. It'll be over soon.
Today's national holidays is Forget Me Nots Day, Vanilla Cupcake Day. It's also
Vanilla Cupcake. Ooh.
It's Sesame Street Day as well, and which brings me to the events. Which today is Marine Corps Day. Mm-hmm. It was founded in 1775. It was actually founded here in 1775.
In Jersey?
In Philly.
In Philly. Okay, that's right. Yeah. You're in Philly. I'm in Jersey. I'm sorry.
At a tavern. In 1885, the motorcycle was unveiled by Daimler, the dude who made Daimler Chrysler, a German engineer. 1954, the raising of the flag of the Iwo Jima, the statue. It was unveiled in 1954.
Okay.
1991, the Cleveland Browns, they set a then club record for the largest blown lead. They were up 23-0 versus the Eagles, and the Eagles came back and won 32-30.
Wow, nice.
Yeah. Oh, also in 1988, Bill Gates introduced Windows 10. I got some birthdays here for you. Mm-hmm. Today's birthday is 1963. Tommy Davidson, and what's up, Mike McCarthy, the head coach of the Cowboys.
Really?
Want to sprinkle that in there. 1964, Michael John White. 1968, Tracy Morgan. 1970, rapper Warren G. 1971, Rest His Soul, Big Pun, and Rest Her Soul. 1977, Brittany Murphy. 1978, we got EVE. And in 1990, damn, today is Zach Ertz's birthday.
Is it really?
Yeah.
1990. My
yes.
God.
Yeah, that's what I got for you.
He was 10 years old when I retired.
Wow. That's what I got for you this day in history, brother.
All right. Listen, so what were you? It's bye week. It just throws everything off, man. I hate the bye week. It throws. I don't know about the players, but for me, even I'm not even playing, and it still throws me off. It gets me out of my rhythm. It messes up the whole week. Just jacked up. I hate bye weeks. So what would you be doing when you were playing ball and the bye week came? I mean, obviously we didn't get a whole week off.
I was about to say.
We got a couple of days, 3 days maybe off the coach would give us. What would you do? What would you be doing?
Well, you see, you're giving them too much credit because you know how they broke the bye week up. They would have you practice Monday and Tuesday, and then have you practice on the weekends to make sure that wherever you was, whatever city you went to, you came back in town. Most of the time, I was living in Houston. I had a crib in Houston. I would go back there and check on my stuff and party for a couple of days, and then come back on the time. But it depends on. One time I had a bye week right after the season, right after the season opened, and we had the Thursday night game, and I went to the VMAs up in Vegas, the VMA Music Awards in Vegas. That was pretty cool.
Wow.
But other than that, I just would just chill and try not to overdo it on the downtime. Because like you said, it messes up. Like you said, it messes up your rhythm. Not only your rhythm, it messes up your routine, basically.
Right.
And then it's like you don't want to get too far out of your routine because it's easy to get fat.
Well, your routine is a part. Your routine helps you keep your rhythm. Your routine is a part of your rhythm.
Right.
Yeah. So, and I've never been on a team where we didn't have to come back. See, the coach, they played on Sunday. The coach said, "I'll see you next Monday." So they didn't have to go on the next day.
No.
I mean, these guys that are injured, obviously they had to come and stay and get the injuries taken care of, getting treatment and all. But I've never been on a team where we didn't have to come in, even if it was the bye week, where we didn't have to come in the next day. We had to come in the next day and watch the film, obviously get treatments and make any corrections or whatever, and then they might let us go on our little sabbatical, however long we had, whether it was 2 or 3 days. But like you said, that weekend that we supposedly weren't playing or that we weren't playing, we were going to be in the facility doing something because they didn't want us out. They didn't
even have to come in. They didn't even have to come in Monday and leave. Like, because remember when we had those 2 little practices, then they let you go for a few days. They would have you write down your phone number to wherever you was going to be at.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yep. Because we didn't have cell phones like that back then. Yeah. You had to let them know where you were going to be and make sure that they could be able to contact you. And sometimes they would call too.
Yep.
Sometimes they call, check
doing?
on you. How you doing? Yeah. How you doing? Just making sure you're all right. That's ridiculous. It's a different monster now. All right, we were talking about the gauntlet they're getting ready to go through. The Eagles are getting ready to go through. Right. The Kansas City Chiefs, the Buffalo Bills, the San Francisco 49ers, the Dallas Cowboys, and then the Seattle Seahawks.
Right.
Tell me what you think they're going to do in that period of time. How are they going to come out of that thing?
I think it's going to be 4-1 because I think what's going to happen is you're going to come out and have a astronomical game against the Chiefs. But then you're gonna turn right back around and play the Bills, who also they think is a contender, and they're gonna be hearing everybody, and they're gonna throttle them. Then you take that long flight to Seattle.
Well, 49ers is after that. That's right. 49ers are here. That's right.
Yeah, 49ers are here.
Yeah,
49. Well, we're gonna thump them just because they've been whining all the time. But then I think when you take that the long trip to Seattle, I think we're gonna lose that one. And then that's why I said 4-1. I only thought we was gonna lose the Seattle game just because of the trip over.
So you think that we're gonna be able to get through the Cowboys down in Dallas? You think that's gonna be
Yeah, they're gonna be too hyped and amped, and they're gonna. It's just like this. If you look at it, they won't say the reason why they lost is because they can't capitalize in the red zone. He went for it like once or twice. He went for it once down there on a 4th down situation where he could have had a field goal. The
reason they lost because their quarterback doesn't know what he's doing. That's the reason they lost. Even when they what was it? I forget which play it was. He should have brought the team back and down the ball. Spike the ball. But he threw another pass. No, bring it. Then you would have had 20 seconds. You could have got 2 more plays.
Yeah.
But he let too much time click off the clock. Incomplete pass. Now you got 1 play, as opposed to having 20 seconds and having 2 plays. It was only 2nd down. You're gonna take 3rd and 4th down to try to score.
Yeah, he just did mismanagement of time, and he folded under pressure. That was the one thing I was looking at. If somebody's like who was that? Somebody said it. Shannon Sharp. He said he shrinks up in moments like this. And so
and you know what? That's one of the reasons for me. That's one of the reasons we really needed to do something a little bit different when it came to the front line, when it came to doing, even if they weren't blitzing, at least run some twists, try to run some games up there to try to make things come at Dak from a different angle, because we know Dak's history is that when he's under pressure, he makes mistakes. That's Dak's DNA. But we put no pressure on him.
Romo.
The only one Dak throws interceptions in his commercials. The only one who was putting pressure on. I mean, I know we got a couple of sacks at the end when it counted, and that's great. But the only one who was really putting pressure on him consistently was Hassan Reddick. Yeah, and he was able to step up on that side or to step up in the middle and cause him to miss and buy time to get the ball down the field. Why? Because we didn't have any push in the middle. So Jalen Carter is supposed to be back as well after the bye. We got to have him back. Yeah, we got to have him back. I don't know exactly what his injury is, but Jordan Davis really hasn't been doing much. I think Jalen helps to complement Jordan.
Right.
And that's when Jordan plays better, when Jalen is in there, because Jalen takes a little bit of pressure off of him. And I think Jalen makes it better for everybody on the front line. Why? Because when Jalen gets that push in the middle, you got Hassan Reddick rushing on the edge, and you got Sweat rushing on the edge. There's nowhere for the quarterback to go. He can't step up in the middle. He's got to try to escape on the outside. And that's when you got Sweat and Hassan Reddick who come in and finish him off. So we really do need Jalen Carter back to continue to do what he was doing when he was healthy. What his injury was a twisted ankle? Is that what it was?
Who's Jalen's? I think one of them got a back.
Jalen Carter.
Was it an ankle or was it a back?
I'm not sure.
Just one or the other. I was going to check the injury report.
Okay, check the injury report real quick. But yeah, we have to have him back. The bye, like I said, like you said, don't necessarily like the bye. I didn't like it when I was playing because it kind of messed up my rhythm, threw me off a little bit. But this actually is good for the Eagles right now, halfway through the season. Got some guys banged up. We know that Jalen Hurts, his knee, bruised bone in his knee. This is going to give him another week to heal up, or at least try to get that thing to calm down a little bit. And just for everybody who's listening right now, these injuries that these guys have during the season, they're going to deal with it for the rest of the season. It's just how much pain they can play with. And because they're still running, they're still playing football, so it's not going to get better right now.
Yes,
these injuries they become nagging, and you're going to have to deal with it the rest of the season. It's just a matter of who can play with their bruises and bumps and hurts and pains at a higher level than others. But these things don't go away. Jalen's going to wear that knee brace the rest of the season.
But the thing is he's it's like he's going to wear a knee brace, but I think this week week off is going to give him time to get some better healing. So
he's not going to bother him as much, but he's still going to be able to feel it. Let me say it that way. He'll still feel it the rest of the season.
The pain will be a little better.
Right. But he's still going to feel it. Just so everybody knows, this bye week it's not going to go away.
Right.
It's not going to go away until the season's over.
It's over. Yeah.
He's got a month, 2 months to do nothing.
Yeah.
But as long as he's running, as long as he's practicing, as long as he's playing football, the pain, the discomfort's still going to be there. It's just, again, how much you can control it, how much you can minimize it to keep him on the field. And we know Jalen is tough. We know everybody who plays football is tough, but guys have a different level of tolerance. Everybody's different. Just like Nakobe Dean, when they put him on IR. I mean, Nakobe he's struggling. I feel bad for him because he's a great talent, but he can't get on the field or stay on the field because of injuries.
Yeah,
and there's guys that are just snake bit like that.
I talked to him. I told him to keep his head up. To N'Kobe Dean, I talked to him.
Right. What did he say?
Now he's just distraught. There's nothing to say. It's like sometimes you get to that point where you trying to get acclimated to the next level, and your body needs to catch up with the punishment that you're trying to dispense to it.
Right. And as great a talent as he is, I've seen it happen numerous times. Guys drafted in the first round, guys come into the NFL from college who are great athletes in high school, 3 sports state champions. They come in, they go to college and they won championships. Then they come into pros and they can't make it because their bodies don't hold up. So it's just, you never know. You take a chance. When they draft guys, you take a chance. When they sign guys, you take a chance on every last single one of them because you just don't know. But I say they'll be 4-1 as well. I think they'll be okay in Seattle. They'll beat Kansas City. They'll beat the Bills. They'll win over the 49ers. I think that just because it's the Cowboys. For whatever reason, history shows that we just have issues down there in Dallas. I want us to go down there and win so I can talk junk. But, this game was tight. And Dallas actually, had they played a little bit better, because we gave them a chance.
There you go. Sound like everybody else. We gave them a chance and they didn't take it. They didn't
they didn't take it. So had they played better, just like what you call them? I mean,
we played better than them. That's what happens.
We played good enough to win. That's we played good enough to win. So one of those games, it's either going to be like you said, Seattle or Dallas, because that 3-game stretch right there. I mean, it's going to be tough to continue to maintain and come back and win both of those games, Seattle and the Cowboys. So I'm thinking this gauntlet, they're going to come out 4-1. So we'll be 12-2 after this gauntlet, which is pretty doggone good.
Yeah.
Pretty doggone good.
Yeah.
All right. You good, big dog? You got something else to say?
No, I ain't got nothing else to say. I'm just chilling this up. I'm a little, it's the bye week, so
I know I'm bored, man. I mean, no game. I'm bored.
Yeah, it's like in the game
it's
yesterday.
Sad.
The game yesterday, there was no game yesterday either, but because Chicago played Carolina, and it was god awful.
Was it 16-13 with the score?
16-13, yes.
That's ridiculous.
The high scoring baseball game.
Fields didn't play. Yeah, it was not good. All right, y'all. That's it.
Yes.
We're done. We'll be back next week with some exciting, next week we'll be able to talk about the Kansas City Chiefs upcoming game on Monday night. The Chiefs and the Eagles out in Kansas City. Looking forward to that. Looking forward to kicking their behind. Looking forward to kicking their behind. We're gonna kick their behind. All right. Right here, A2D Radio. This is Vetted. I'm Irving Fryar. That's Big Dog Hollis Thomas over there.
Damn Skippy.
Y'all check us out next week. Same time, same place, same purpose. Give y'all the information and the routine of the Eagles based on our perception and perspective, which is, we got experience behind us. We got some.
Remember, like and subscribe.
Oh, yeah. Like and subscribe. Like Big Dog said, like and subscribe. All right, we out of here, y'all.